Let's talk about video. The other day I posted a video, a bit unusual for me, was a video of us going downtown, going to Beacon Night. Beacon Night's a mashup of science, art, engineering and nerdy stuff. Lasers and blinking lights, all that good stuff. And I got a few questions. People either liked it, they hated it, but they wanted to know about it. So first, the tech questions. What did I use? Well, sorry to disappoint some people, but I did not use my drone. The batteries are still here actually, and everything's still charging up. There was one sequence that it appeared that it was either coming down or coming up, and the way I did that was just, I had a little monopod. It's a little flexible tripod. I had the camera on it. I just lifted it up. Sorry to disappoint. No drones were used because where the event was held was in a no-fly zone. It's right underneath the flight path of the airport. So second question is, what did I use? Well, I used the Sony camera that I talked about in a previous video that I just received. This guy that I'm using right now, and my daughter's DSLR. And the reason we used this is because it's pretty good for video. It does 1080 natively. It's got autofocus and can keep going pretty well with that. But one of the other nice things about it is that we put the image stabilizing lens on, which is a pretty good range of 18 to 55. So that has got image stabilization. It's good for run and gun shooting. So we didn't have to do too much manual settings on it, which meant we could capture everything that we needed to. And the advantage of being able to just very quickly isolate and focus in on what you want to focus in on. The option of autofocus or manual focus, being able to jump in, and that image stabilization, it's really cool. And it's really handy size. You don't want to be running around with anything too big if you're going to be out for the whole night. That said, I have this guy. And right now on this I have the EFS 1022, which is a very nice lens. And this is my 7D. Now the problem with this is it doesn't allow you to record for very long, and when you are shooting you are having to manually focus. You notice I don't have any focus helpers here. I don't have any way of really being able to get back to a focus that I previously set. So that is something that I need to look at. And with 3D printers, it's inexcusable really that I don't have anything like that. But it's a good camera. It's been very reliable. It's getting a little bit old now, the 7D. Previous to this I had other Canon DSLRs, but this has been my favourite. It's not got the biggest sensor. It's a bit old-fashioned. This is actually a lot more up-to-date. The Rebel Sl1, if you're interested. Yeah, so nice cameras, but I'm mainly using the Sony, which is why I bought it. One thing I do not use anymore, this guy. People love them, I hate it. The user experience of this is absolutely terrible, and the amount of times that I've started it recording, relied on it, and it's just turned itself off, the battery's failed, I hate it. And having no display, having to use your phone but connect to it via Wi-Fi not the house Wi-Fi or your network Wi-Fi, but connect to it. Terrible user experience, do not recommend it. So this guy has a death wish. This has been dropped, thrown, flung, and I really don't care if it gets destroyed. It's a terrible thing, but it was a gift, and I love my family for getting me it as a gift, but I thought it was going to be a lot better. It's terrible. It's just horrible, expensive for what it is. I'd rather have a Raspberry Pi. Therefore, I tend to do this kind of thing. So I'm always 3D printing cases and enclosures, and this was an experiment that crashed and burned, but you can see I don't like the GoPro, but I do like the GoPro mount. So you'll see some of my footage in future and in some previous videos. I'm not going to point it out, but that might have been caught using a Raspberry Pi, because I can put them in lots of strange locations, strange places. Obviously you're not going to catch great audio that way, which brings me to my last gadget, which is here. This is the best thing I've found for audio. This is the Zoom H5, yeah, to just double check. It does have microphones on it. Obviously, most of the time I have my desk mic, one of 3 desk mics. But Ben gave me this lavalier mic, and this has been amazing. Now, I'm not saying that I use that very often, because this isn't plugged in. I'm using a Sony mic. Audio is not my strongest point. I realise that, and people have told me that. But I am so much in analysis paralysis with this stuff. You can tell just by all the gear I've got, that if I was going to spend any more time trying to perfect any of it, you wouldn't get any videos at all. So this is awesome because it allows you to input into there, headphone socket, mic socket, and you can do a remote. Obviously this guy goes in here, and it records onto little SD cards. So that has got our podcast on, and all kinds of things. I don't find it particularly easy, but that's because I haven't read the instructions, and you know, it doesn't need to be that easy. It's got a big red record button. That's probably about as much as you need to know. Bottom line, that's all the tech stuff. Software wise, I have tried Adobe, the glitch video intro I did with Adobe After Effects. We use Adobe Audition, but mainly I use Screenflow. I use a Mac and I use Screenflow, because Screenflow you can do desktop capture, you can capture whatever's on your screen, and then it can audio and video edit just as well as like iMovie for the amount of stuff that I do. Anything more sophisticated, Claire does. That is the quickest workflow I've got. I can take it straight from the Sony camera into Screenflow, top and tail it, and then I can put it up on YouTube, which means again I don't analysis paralysis to the point of not doing any videos, which is what I've done this week. I've spent a couple of days not doing any videos. Now the last thing is, why am I doing these videos semi-daily? Why am I doing vlogs? And it goes back to that procrastination and analysis paralysis. If I think too hard about it, I won't do it. By forcing myself to draw every day, to do videos every day, it's keeping me in a good habit of being productive, and it means I'm forced to address it instead of saying I'll put it off till tomorrow. I wish I could do the same with my gym membership and my diet. So that's it. That's how I'm doing videos. That's all the tech I'm using, all the gear, and yes, more drone footage soon, hopefully. And my brother is coming.
Hello, this is Jay from Gadget News, and I've had something rather exciting delivered.
Been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last.
How cool is that?
My brother will enjoy the drones. He's big on gadgets and especially cell phone reviews, and he's bringing a thing that we're going to review together which will help my videos stabilize. That's a little clue. Maybe some other stuff as well if it arrives while he gets here, so expect to see him. Hope you like it. Either way, give me a comment. I know YouTube, you don't hold back. And do subscribe, share, like, and look out for the next video.